Hey everyone, it's Rachel. Thank you for watching this video. And in this video, I got one really super cute, super Easter festive sign for us to work on. And we are going to go ahead and combine Cricut's printable vinyl and adhesive vinyl. So I went ahead and already weeded one, only because I've noticed that my printer was giving me these little, I don't know, additional pixelated colors. And I was really worried that this was not, it's going to transfer into my design here. So I actually just wanted to make sure. So I went ahead and weeded one, but we're going to go ahead and weed two of them together. I might have to put this on fast forward because I do think that this might be a little time consuming in the aspect of trying to weed all this out. I'm not entirely sure why my Cricut did that, because or not my Cricut, I should say, my printer did that, because I was using the printer quite a bit, and just for some reason, just these designs did that. So not entirely sure why it did these little bright colors along the side, but when I weed it out, it's literally not an issue because it weeds that part out. So it's only the part that, the bleed part, if you will, that did that. So I guess I'm okay with that. Won't complain too much. And I didn't want to have to, whoopsie. Let me go ahead and just kind of focus on one area at a time. And you'll understand why I have these little carrots. This is actually a project that I was going to try to sublimate on, I don't know, a year ago, or maybe a little longer than that. No, it would have been a year ago. And I just never got the chance. So this design, and so I'm going to be honest, I can't remember how I designed it. I want to say, yeah, gosh, I can't remember if I distressed this, and these carrots came from Canva, and I'm just trying to see if there's anything I need to weed out here in the middle. There is, but anyways, just trying to focus on this. So it's been a while since I've played around with this design. I just happened to go through previous stuff that I worked on, and I saw this, and what I was going to do, I was going to sublimate on a canvas, but it did not work the way I wanted it to work last year when I was doing this. So now that I'm into this whole printable vinyl, I thought this would be a good project for a sign, and I might end up having to go ahead and just transfer this over and see, because I can see the backside of the vinyl a little bit better than I can the front side. So I think I'll just weed what I can see, and if I need to reverse weed, if you will, I will. Bring in my vinyl, and I use the Cricut Joy's Smart Vinyl to make this design. And I'm just going to go ahead and weed out the middles real quickly. Ever since I started my channel, I find myself crafting more and more for the holidays than I have in the past, just because I need to, keep on posting videos, just to make sure that I stay, connected with my followers. And I am just loving all the crafts I've been creating. It's been a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun crafts for Easter. I did a lot of crafts for St. Patrick's Day, and they didn't have a huge lot, I don't know, I didn't think a lot of people really enjoyed them. I guess it kind of showed me that, I should say, not a lot of people watch those videos. And I think that just kind of told me a lot of people, or a lot of y'all don't decorate for St. Patrick's Day. And to be quite honest, this is my first time this season for my YouTube channel, so I didn't know if there was a huge need for craft videos for Easter. So I made them anyways. I'm not a big fan of crafting for Easter, or not Easter, for St. Patrick's Day. So I know for next year not to make so many videos and just get Easter out a little bit sooner. But Easter is coming very early this year, and I should have focused my attention on Easter crafts. But again, I didn't know if there was a need for videos for St. Patrick's Day. But now I know for next year not to make so many and just focus on the bigger holidays, which, you know, I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm going to craft what I want to craft, obviously, but like I said, I don't mind skipping St. Patrick's Day. In fact, if you guys remember, and if you don't, obviously that's not a big deal, but I had made a comment in one of my videos that I was going to skip a holiday and not craft for it, and just because I can get ahead of creating videos. And St. Patrick's Day was going to be the video that St. Patrick's Day was the season I was going to skip and not create anything for. So that way I could just focus on other stuff. And, well, I did not listen to myself, which is fine. But I think next year, in order to help get ahead the following year, I will skip St. Patrick's Day since it didn't do so well as far as you guys watching the videos. That kind of spoke volume to me that I just need to focus on, you know, Easter and spring and all that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and weed that out. Oh, goodness, stay. Perfect. Not bad. This says Easter Bunny, and then it has Carrot Company, Farm Fresh Daily, the Daily Family. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'm going to get everything on a transfer tape. I'm going to get at least the first one done, the next one, then I'll work on the little carrots. Oh, you know what? I just realized I should have cut. This goes with that. Oh, darn it. Okay. Not a big deal. I just won't transfer that over. So I'm just going to focus on my letters. Gosh, it's making that nasty sound. Ugh. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to peel this up. Okay. Obviously, I don't want to throw this away because I need this little line for the bottom portion. So here is my frame. It is super large, and if I were to rotate this, you guys are not going to be able to see it. But here's the frame. It is, I think it's like about, I don't know, 24, a little bit less than 24 inches. So, it's relatively large, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, and I actually had this for something else, and I took it all off so you can kind of see a little bit. It left a little bit of residue, but I'm not going to be worried about it. Let me rotate this and try to get this on here as best as I can. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to peel this back carefully. I don't want to rip up that paint. Oh, or my letters. Oh my goodness. This E does not want to play nice. Wow, loving it already. Okay, the next thing I will do, I'm gonna put this here just to make sure that I gave myself enough room. I think I did. Yeah, this is gonna be plenty of room. Okay, so it's gonna go something that looks like this. So I think what I'll do next is, I will put the carrots on last. I feel like I could really play around with the carrots and not have to worry about that. All right, so I'm gonna try to get this positioned the way it needs to, with that line missing. That's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, again, I apologize. First of all, I'm gonna get this little dot on my blank here before I lose it. Okay, perfect. Oh no. Definitely going a little crooked. I think it's going downhill, but I think it shifted while I was transferring it. I don't think it's terrible, right? I don't think it's bad. You could, it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely off, but I can always end up peeling it off if I don't like it. So now what I'll do is I will scrape the front and the back. And now before I apply my decal, I'm going to want to inspect the back of the carrot, because I'll be able to, since it's so shiny, and you know, this is really kind of hard to see, I'll be able to see if there's any other pieces that needs to be weeded out. And I can already tell there are quite a bit. So give me a second. Yes, there's definitely a lot that I need to weed out. Looks good. This is a little difficult to try to get this positioned because of how the leaves are. I don't know. It's a little difficult. I will try to make it work as best as possible. Again, a famous phrase in my channel is, I don't do perfection. You want perfection, go buy it in a store. And even then, good luck, because even their products are not perfect either. Oops. Oh, yeah, that black ink, for some reason, it likes to come up. Oops. Okay. Dare I use this again? I don't, is it gonna come up? Doesn't seem like it will. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can reuse it. Hopefully I can avoid. Perfect. Looks good. Scrape that down, make sure that sticks really well. Peel that up. And let's go ahead and get the last carrot on there. So I had to get a new transfer tape because of all that ink that's coming up from transferring it. And I'm afraid it's going to smudge on my blank here. So that is why I went ahead and just discarded it and got a new piece of transfer tape. So I'm not going to be able to reuse this transfer tape just because I know it's going to bring up some of that ink. And luckily it's not bringing up enough for it to get ruined. Might have to see they recommend any type of transfer tape. I sure as heck no not to use Cricut's transfer tape because I think that would rip the vinyl up really easily. All right. Then this one looks pretty good. There's some areas I need to reverse weave, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. Okay, and this one, I don't want it to stick just yet. It's supposed to be a little bit closer. Go. And then I will peel this back carefully. Oh, I gotta really scrape it down on this type of finish. I'll just come back. There we go. Yeah, it's that black ink that likes to come up. None of the other, inks that are printed on here does not come up, just that black for whatever reason. And then obviously I'm just not going to be able to use that again. So be prepared to throw it away because it comes up. Well, the transfer tape that I'm using anyways. Well, there we go. And I apologize I can't have it right side up, but you'll see in the thumbnail what it looks like. I am absolutely loving this, and I'm so glad that I remembered that I had this design. I designed it in Canva, and then I went in Design Space and found a font that I liked. I had this all designed in Canva, but Canva didn't have the font that I wanted, and I didn't want to buy it. So I went ahead and used, I can't remember what font this was, but anyways, it's not Times New Roman, it's a different font. But anyways, yeah, I'm so glad that I did this, and I think this turned out way better than the sublimation was turning out. But anyways, yeah, I think this turned out adorable, and I am so excited to hang it up and be part of my Easter decor. All right, well, that is all I have for you in this cute little project. I will see you in the next one.